IDFC should be up for you on the screen. UCO Bank as well should be up for you on the screen. Both those stocks coming in for some selling pressure. But moving on then, CNBC TV Indian's Ekta Batra caught up with Yogesh Agrawal, the MD of Ajanta Pharma, and began by asking him what led to their growth in the India business in Q3 and also about their projections about the new drug launches in India.
In India, our focus is on the three specialty segment. We are in ophthalmology. We are the fifth largest player. We are in cardiology and dermatology. So all these three sectors, we've seen a decent growth. Overall, the pharma market is growing at 13%, and we are also growing higher than the market. So we are optimistic to continue this momentum going forward.
Well, you received a couple of US FDA tentative approvals and you have around 18 to 19 ANDAs pending in the US. What's your plan with the US? How much do you plan to scale it up by?
So as we speak, we have launched 5 ANDAs, out of which 3 we have received very recently. We have 2 tentative approvals which will be launching as they go off patent moving forward. And we have about 18 ANDAs which are awaiting approval. Our target is to file more than 10 ANDAs every year, and we are looking to file the products where there is a limited competition kind of scenario, which are more complex in extended release, delayed release, controlled release, those kind of formulations. We are very poised to do those filings next year, particularly with the GDUFA, the commitment from the FDA to approve the ANDAs as per the predefined timeline. So the approvals should come faster, and we should be able to make those ANDA approvals, convert them into the numbers faster than before.
Well, you have a couple of facilities coming up, a new facility in Guwahati. What's the status of the current facilities in terms of even regulatory inspections?
So as we speak, we have 4 formulation facilities and 1 API. Out of that, the last one which we have put up in Dahej, Gujarat, that was done with the spend of about 220 crores. We are taking the regulatory filing batches with that. In about a year's time, we are expecting the regulatory approvals, particularly from the US, FDA and WHO for that facility. Besides that, we are investing in a formulation facility again in Guwahati with a capex of about 300 crores, hoping to commercialize that before March 2017. Dahej is in SEZ, Guwahati is again going to be tax exempted. So with these 2 facilities, we are quite right. We want to take care of all the growth capacities which will require in the future.
Recently, we've seen a spate of US FDA issues with a lot of pharma companies which have come up. What is Ajanta Pharma's strategy in terms of ensuring that you are on top of your game when it comes to regulatory issues? What do you do differently, or what have you started doing differently?
So there is no 2 issues for any facility or any company are same. They are, it depends on the situation, on what they come across and what they find. But as much as it is said, I think what we have done is we've invested significantly in the quality systems from 5 years back, and we've had a number of FDA inspections for our facility which have been very, very successful. So there's been a constant training, constant anticipation of the FDA requirement which keeps on going up and up every year. And the only way you can address is if you're on the top of the game. And we believe that we have done enough investing in the people, in training and infrastructure, automation as much as possible to give the comforts when the FDA comes in that we are up to the mark and we are buttoned up.
Okay, that's the management saying that they have 18 ANDAs approval pending and their target is to file 10 ANDAs every year, but that stock is under pressure. In fact, even in the futures and options market, if you pull up, there has been an increase in the open interest on a very low base, but to the tune of 16%, and that stock is down nearly 4%, so some fresh shots have gotten added in Ajanta Pharma. Let's slip into a very short break, but when we return, we'll get you more in the market. Stay with us.